You might think your dog needs a new toy or a juicy grilled steak to be happy. But not really. There are things that melt their hearts, things you're already doing every day, without even realizing it. Think back to a time when you came home exhausted, hadn't even taken off your shoes, and there your dog was. Not begging for food, not barking, just standing there, tail gently wagging, eyes sparkling. Maybe they were just waiting for something small, something that, if you knew about it, would make every moment between you two even more meaningful. And that first thing? It's incredibly simple. Just talk to them. They might not understand every word, but they feel the emotion in your voice. When you chat in the kitchen, call their name softly, or just mumble, "Good boy." While you're watching TV, to them, that's everything. Studies show that when you speak to your dog in a warm tone, both of you release oxytocin, the hormone tied to love and trust. Even better, if you do this regularly, like whispering a few words each morning while making coffee, you'll slowly build a deeper connection without even noticing it. Your dog doesn't need to understand why you're sad. They just know you need someone. And no one listens more intently than your dog. Is there anything that makes them feel more connected to you? Yes, sleeping near you. If you think it's just because your bed is soft or your room is warm, you're missing something touching. Sleeping close to someone is instinctive wolf behavior, reserved only for those in their pack they fully trust. When a dog curls up next to you at night, it's their silent way of saying, "I trust you to keep me safe." Dogs that are allowed to sleep near their humans tend to be less anxious, startle less easily, and often behave better during the day. You don't have to let them in your bed every night, but maybe on weekends, let them lie close for a while before you sleep. Feeling their breath beside you, it hits differently. And sometimes in the morning, you'll notice. They don't lick, bark, or beg. They just stay near. And that's enough. There's another thing dogs absolutely love: sniffing the world. Walks aren't just for exercise. To a dog, a walk is an information adventure. Every bush, every urine spot, every corner is like a newspaper, filled with hundreds of messages. Who's been here? How old? Healthy or sick? Male or female? Their nose reveals an entire invisible world. So when you're constantly tugging the leash or rushing them along, it's like asking them to stop reading mid-sentence. Try taking a walk with no agenda, no destination, no timeline, and just let them sniff around. You'll come home with a calmer, more satisfied dog. Sometimes, feeling allowed to follow their instincts is more rewarding than any treat. And what happens when you connect with them not through words or touch, but through your gaze? Yes, it's something many people overlook, but it deeply affects a dog's emotions. Your gentle gaze. In the canine world, holding eye contact is usually a challenge. But if your dog looks back at you softly, slowly, without turning away, it's something special. A well-known study published in Science showed that when dogs and humans gaze into each other's eyes, both release oxytocin, the same hormone that bonds a mother and baby. So if one afternoon you notice your dog quietly watching you from across the room, don't ignore it. Look back. Gently. That look might make them feel accepted, safe, and loved. And love, at the end of the day, is what makes a dog live their life to the fullest. And that love, it shows up clearly when you touch them, the right way. It's not just about patting their head. In fact, for many dogs, especially sensitive ones or those with past trauma, head patting can feel overwhelming or uncomfortable. What they truly love is a gentle, familiar touch, a slow rub on the chest, a light scratch behind the ear, or just resting your hand softly on their body, with no pressure. Interestingly, when you learn how to touch a dog the right way, they'll come to you more often. They might rest their head on your lap or lean into you gently. That's a quiet invitation. Touch me. I'm ready. If you've never tried this, crouch down. Let your dog approach first. Then slowly place your hand on their chest. If they don't pull away, you've been granted access to their emotional world. And sometimes, just one soft gaze and a gentle touch is all it takes for a peaceful afternoon. But for dogs, there's one thing that excites them so much. Just hearing it can send them jumping. The leash. Going outside, walking through the park, exploring the neighborhood, is one of the greatest joys in a dog's life. Not just for the running, but for going with you. In your dog's eyes, you're the leader of the pack. When you hold the leash, you're inviting them on a journey, and you're leading it. Every walk is a chance to experience the world, but also a moment to be with you. No distractions, no phone, no work, just you and them. So instead of treating walks as a chore, see them as a shared gift. Walk slowly, chat a little, let them sniff, let them pause. You'll notice they're happier than you think, and maybe you'll be too. And if you've ever been in the car with your dog, watching them stick their face out the window, ears flapping in the wind, then you already know. They love car rides more than you think, not just for the ride itself, but because in the car, they're close to you, and the space feels like a journey with their captain. Many dogs even feel safer in the car. No surprise sounds, no strangers, no unwanted touches. If your dog loves the car, take them with you now and then, even just around the block or on a coffee run. These short trips can leave a big impact, a sense that I'm part of everything. And to them, that's more precious than a bag of beef jerky. Ever notice how sometimes your dog tries to help? Bringing you shoes, carrying socks, or just sitting still while you clean. That's no accident. Dogs were born to work. Whether herding sheep, guarding homes, or just being emotional support. They like having a job. When you give them a task, even a small one, they feel valued. Try giving them fun jobs. Tell them to wait while you make coffee, or bring a toy before bed. It might just be a game, but they'll feel confident, useful, and more bonded with you. Because to a dog, having a role means being a real member of the family. And after all that, there's one tiny thing you can do, without even trying. Let the sunlight in. You'll see them stretch out, quietly sunbathe like they're meditating. Dogs love the sun, not just for the warmth. Sunlight boosts their melatonin, balances their sleep rhythm, and calms their mood. Especially for older or anxious dogs, morning sunlight can be nature's version of a gentle sedative. So if you've got a sunlit window, don't keep the curtains drawn. Lay down a mat where the sun shines in, and watch. You'll see a completely different dog. Calm, relaxed, content, and who knows, maybe you need a moment of sun soaking too, to feel the simple happiness that's been right there all along. In a world full of human complications, there's one thing that makes dogs feel secure, and that's repetition. They love small daily routines because routine means predictability, and to dogs, predictability means peace. Ever notice how every morning when you open the fridge, they rush over? Every night when you brush your teeth, they lie in their usual spot. That's not just knowing the schedule. It's a shared rhythm you've built together. If you disrupt those routines too often, stay up late, come home late, skip the walk, you might notice your dog acting a bit lost. They're not mad. They're just wondering, what's changing? So try to keep those little daily rituals, from how you greet them in the morning to your good night whisper. To you, it's habit. To them, it's love. And sometimes that love shows up in a weird little action people often misread. Leaning on you. It's not because they're tired or itchy. They're seeking emotional support. When your dog leans on you, they're silently saying, I trust you. Let me borrow a little warmth. It often happens when you're distracted, on a call, reading. That's when they want to quietly be by your side. Some dogs even lean and sigh, like they're saying, okay, now I'm fine. You don't need to react much, just let it be. So they know, yes, I'm here, and you can lean on me whenever you need. And if there's one final thing every dog loves, it's the feeling of being understood. Not everyone can read dog body language perfectly, but when you start to get it, when you know that look means tiredness, or that yawn means stress, or that wag is polite, not excited, then to your dog, you're no longer just the owner. You're family. You speak their language. Your dog doesn't need you to be a great speaker. They just need you to understand. To know that today, they're not in the mood to play. That today, they're happy because you came home early. That the tiniest things, to them, mean the whole world. You don't need to read every dog training book. Just look closely, listen slowly, and love consistently. Now you know, the things that make your dog happiest aren't fancy meals. They're the gentle looks, the slow, thoughtful walks, the sound of your voice whispering their name in a kitchen filled with the smell of coffee. Dogs can't speak, but they're always listening. And if you pay attention, you'll see they're speaking back too, in the softest ways. So when we understand what they love, we're also learning how to love better and deeper. Did anything on this list remind you of your dog? Do they have a quirky habit that makes you think, that's so them? Tell me. I'd love to hear. And if this video helped you understand your dog a little better, stay tuned, because in the next video, I'll share with you the little things that seem harmless, but could actually hurt your dog deeply. If you love your dog and want to understand them more deeply every day, don't forget to subscribe. There are more warm-hearted conversations ahead. But for now, give your dog a soft hug. Not because they need you, but because they chose you to be family.